Hello, everyone. My name is Alita St. James, and do I have an episode for you today? Lasers up. Oh, what is she up to? What's going on here? Well, we have a bioscientist, correct? Kimberly Schipke. We have Julian Michael. He's been with us many, many times, the famous numerologist. And we have Alita St. James, the master energy healer and life coach. And now we have Kimberly's magic with us, the green laser. All right, I'm going to put this down so we don't burn everybody to death. There's so much galactic energy in this, Kimberly. It's amazing. So first I want to introduce to you the things that I've been researching and how exciting this is at this particular point, and how these two wonderful magical beings are going to create a whole catharsis of release and energy and information for you to get to the next level of what actually is happening right now. So I did my biological age. I'm 77, and it came back 57, and I haven't even done the big guns yet. I've just been in Mexico doing stem cells and detoxing and peptides and things of that nature. I haven't done plasma exchange or any of the other stuff. So the thing that's interesting to me is that because I combine all these, nutrients and next level of reverse aging and regeneration with spiritual work that I do, emotional release work, and the mental reframing, and integrate that in the body, mind, and spirit with the spiritual body, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, I can go 20 years younger when some of the doctors who've been doing this scientifically are only 8 to 10 years younger, and they're a lot younger than I am. So there is an alchemy that happens with spiritual high frequency energy in the fifth and seventh dimension that is so akin when I look at the laser that Kimberly started working with me on because I had developed tinnitus and vertigo, that it reminds me of something that's from other galaxies that move us into a dimension that's so superior to the things that we have been doing. So I gave birth to twins at 57, and now I'm back to 57 again, which is fine with me, only I'm going to reverse it even more. Not because I want to look younger in ego sense, but because it's taken me so long in my life to learn certain things and integrate them. And I don't want to be like, okay, now I've got all this wisdom and I've done all this work and I've worked on thousands of people and received such great results. So now I'm going to get decrepit and, become grandmother and move into the corner. And that's the end of me. I don't think so, right? No. So I want to rock and roll to 120. The other day, Peter Attia was talking about 130, and then somebody else talking about 150. Now, I don't know if I have to have a great relationship, lots of fabulous sex or whatever to keep me on the planet to 130 and 150. But maybe, who knows what else is possible. But if you want to live that long, you want to live happy, healthy, and joyous. You don't want to be decrepit. So it's not only about looking younger and, exercising 90 hours a week or whatever. It's really about the state of being. And that's what we're here to talk about. So it's the new human that's coming in that has a long lifespan, healthy lifespan, but also we want the emotional, mental, spiritual enlightenment to be part of this matrix of the new human. So, Julian, what's going on numerologically in 2025 and beyond?
It's exactly what you just said in regards to the new human. And the new human is all about the person who now, in 2025, 2025 equals a 9, 1 with higher mind, 1 with that God consciousness, yes, 1 who is here to understand it's time to detoxify. To detoxify yourself so you have the clarity. You have the clarity to do exactly what you just said, to embrace all of this new technology as well as on all levels, on a physical level, on a mental level, on an emotional level, on an intuitive level. So in order for you to progress and move forward, the thing about the 9 in numerology, it has all the energies of 1 through 9 in it. So this year is a fascinating, exhilarating, elevating year, and at the same time, it's asking you to get your purpose together. To get your purpose together so you yourself can go where no one has gone before. And it's all about you also understanding, let's say in numerology, understanding your PIN number, understanding your birth date, understanding that that's a code to your soul's account, month, day, and year, fourth energy. To understand your name, which is a blueprint of your past, present, future, now, as well as your destiny. Numbers that are missing, numbers that you have, numbers, all of that, it's all frequency. Everything in the universe is number. That number has a meaning. So 2025, this 9 vibration is a treasure. It's a present being given to us, that of all that there is, to ask us to realize that we are one with higher mind, and in that energy, we are infinite mind. We are infinite intelligence. We are infinite love. We are in this energy of that of the laser. If you look at the 9 also, it's a musical note. It's using music in your life in order for you to also embrace that resonance, as well as understanding that the 1 through 9, and when you're a 9, it's all about you also understanding your time machine.
Now, do you know what's really interesting about that? I was meditating. Now I've got this weirdo sleep schedule. I go to sleep at 9 o'clock, never in my life, right? Usually I have 4 to 5 hours sleep tops. But now, and I'm meditating now from 1 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the morning. And while I'm meditating, I'm thinking, oh my God, they're starting with all this technology about agelessness and age reversal, and I'm into the Ageless Factor, which is my foundation now. I was born in the exact time that this was going to happen. And I came in with the idea that I was never going to really get old. And then I had twins at 57, and I wasn't thinking I was trying to prove anything. I just wanted my children, finally. And now I'm 77, and all this technology is in. And so I came in at the exact right time, probably with the exact right numbers and the exact right friends to be around me, to be able to prove that you can reverse your aging, you can be ageless. If I was 1947 when I was born. Now they're talking about people born in 1960s now that are coming to the front. And a lot of them are males, a lot of them are doctors. But the fact of the matter, what about 1947? You know, we're going into our 80s. There's a high intelligence of female energy as well that is into this whole thing. Now, I found it fascinating when Kimberly was working on me because I had gotten tinnitus and vertigo because I'm also channeling high frequency energy all the time. My poor little brain is like, what is she doing? But anyways, I have to get used to it. But Julian brought her in from Mississippi and all over the world. And it was fascinating how she came up with this green laser situation. So could you tell us about that?
So I had been working with coherent sound using a tuning fork to tune the body like an instrument. And so when 2020 happened, I started thinking, well, what happens if I start adding coherent light? And I had been studying the work of Zoroastrian Dinsha Gadiali with his spectrochrometry encyclopedia, and how he was using green as the neutral color to help bring the body into balance, into coherence. And so I knew I wanted to use a green laser. His work was from the 1920s, but lasers weren't declassified by the military till the 50s or 60s. So I was like, well, I'm going to use his technique of using green, but also using the coherent aspect of a laser. So I had been already created the copper coil that's included here in my laser, and also magnets where you have a magnetic field. It generates an electric field perpendicular to it. So I wanted that to be in line with the laser. But there was still one more piece that I was missing. And I was taking a course, and one of the portions of the course was about ET interference, so interference from extraterrestrials. And I raised my hand to be the demo body, and sure enough, she chose me. And then I was kind of regretting it immediately, of like, what have I done? I had a neutral interference pattern, something that's kind of like when we tag sharks, where, you know, we're not trying to help the shark, we're not trying to hurt the shark, we just want to tag and see where it's migrating. And that's what was happening for me. There was something in my crown, and when they went through the process and cleared and took this out, I could feel a pressure shift, kind of like an uncorking over the top of my head. And then they wanted to clear the beneficial interference pattern. And so she said, do you want to clear it out, or do you want to kind of tune into it? And I said, well, if they're trying to help, you know, I'll take all the help we can get. I mean, at this point, especially with everything going on in 2020, I was like, well, obviously we need some help. And so they did the test, and instead of being something like an implant in my body, they said it was a broadcast. And so they had me tune into it, and I just put my hand up to my head, and I was like, it feels like if you're like trying to tune into a radio station and you're not quite on the station, and you just need to turn the dial just a little bit. And when I did that, it was like my vision got clearer. I was looking outside, and I could see like the blades of grass, you know, in sharper focus. And so she started to do the clearing, and I said, I think I just did it with my hands. And she checked, and she was like, you did. And so at the end of that night, I was up until 3 in the morning, and I was researching all of these different things. And then I was like, this is what I'm going to put in my laser. And it was like, I was set on it. I went ahead and bought 100 of them, and that's the final piece that I put in the end of the laser. So after that night, that was, you know, when my laser was born. And then I had a few of them made, and a friend of mine, she helped heal her dog who was like 13 years old, and she was like, Kimberly, I want to start selling these. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going into the laser business. And so that was, you know, 5 years ago, and it's been quite the journey. But what I find with the Coherent, one of my favorite ways to use it is for emotional trauma. And so being able to hold the laser over the chest while people think about, you know, past emotional things. So if you think back to a memory and it still makes you sad, or if you think back to a memory and it still makes you angry, you can feel your whole system getting really electric and shifting just with a thought. And so being able to hold this laser there and be able to help neutralize the field in your charge, so that when you think back to this old memory, or even into the future, if you're getting anxious about something, being able to reduce that charge in the field so that you don't get triggered with those types of thoughts. Or if something similar were to happen in your life, then you stay coherent and you don't get phased or thrown off. So I think more so than raising your vibration, I think making your vibration more coherent is more beneficial to anti-aging.
Oh yeah, it's a very big element, and I know you know this too,
Sure.
Julian. But
I'm always writing.
with the thing, no, it's fine, right? He's the intellectual.
I'm ageless here. I'm always.
Right.
It's all about frequency.
Well, look at this. Here, you do this, Kimberly. I have this great, wonderful crystal from Germany. It has 5 angelic presences in it. It was in a whole thing for like 5 days to get that in there. And watch what happens now. So if we want to make it even stronger, we put the laser in there, right?
Yeah, when I first came to Alita's and I saw this crystal, I was like, oh my gosh, can I put the laser through it? And then every time I've been here since, you know, it's been something that I've just really found that, you know, I want to be able to light that up. So
Yeah.
It's like all of these rings light up green, and I use that in the sessions when I'm working.
So the very important thing with the ageless factor is that you have coherence of your mind, emotions, and you're physical, and then you're in that place. And from there, when you manifest, you put the energy out as if it's already happened in a very positive way. So you can't have a subconscious fear or anxiety, because it's going to neutralize that, because it goes out into your field. And once it goes out into your field, you can manifest really quickly, and you can see synchronicities happening into your life. I do like a New Year's meditation every year, where we do a special meditation where people write down their intentions and they act as if it's already happened. When you do that, especially in the morning when you're in alpha, when you get up, if you do your intentions as if it already happened, and you're that way throughout the day, then you'll manifest really, really quickly. Like if you want to go on a trip, or you want money to come into your life more, or your children, or whatever it is, act as if it's already happened. So you cannot be in anxiety and hurt and anger and resentment and act as if something great is happening. So you want to be in the attitude of gratitude and blessings. And on that happy note, I'm turning it over to you, Julian.
Well, it's interesting because this is what you were talking about, ageless. And ageless, if you take each letter, and each letter corresponds to a number frequency.
Yeah.
It's a light language, that of, again, source. And brought to you by Pythagoras, who's the father of mathematics and numerology.
And Julian Michael.
And myself, yes, right. We used to hang out together,
Right.
All of us.
I know.
Alita, Kimberly, myself, and Pythagoras. So Ageless comes out to a 23.5, and 5 is the vibration of youthfulness. It's also the vibration of freedom. 7/4/1776, which is that of Independence Day, comes out to a 325. So that 5 in the vibration of ageless is asking you to take what serves you, move forward, and realize that that positive way of taking what serves you, moving forward, that's the intent. And the intent is positivity, positive thoughts. Get rid of what you don't need, bring in the positive, as well as know that, again, the 9 in 2025 is one with higher mind, one with higher thought, one with this thought of, let's say, disease, illness is not a natural part of my being. Disease, illness is not a natural part of my being. Disease, illness is not a natural part of my being. Perfect health in every way, every day, is my natural state of being. Perfect health in every way, every day, is my natural state of being. Perfect health in every way and every day is my natural state of being. You can take your laser. You can pray to that. You can take a deep breath. Do whatever you feel is necessary to clear yourself in order for you to follow your intuition right now. Follow that part of yourself that's asking you to step up, to rise in your multiverse, as well as embracing all multiverses, embracing all energies of all that there is, everywhere, in everything, and in everybody, in every consciousness, every sentient being.
So can you explain multiverses from your biological, scientific?
Well, I think we have a universe, and so it would be multiple universes is the best way that I would describe it. So the multiverse is all of the universes all together in one unified field.
Which means that if you're in a high state of meditation, you can actually access the multiverse. And that's what I did in this New Year's meditation. I was there, and then I go into 2 hours of a really intense connection, holding everybody's intentions. Then I go into a recording studio about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I download everything. And it came from that higher level. Now, the thing that's interesting is that, and you'll hear it more and more, people are talking about connecting to other universes and other forms of life that in many instances could be more evolved than we are. Like, they were probably brought up with a laser. Probably, maybe they were born with a laser, who knows?
That's
I
right.
don't know. It bypasses the pregnancy situation. But my point is that there's intelligence out there that we're hooking into without saying, ooh, this is woo-woo and ooh, this is whatever. But there's an intelligence in other universes that can really serve us. And I'll tell you a quick story, and I know Julian's got a million, but pick one. And it's a little bit of what Kimberly was talking about, but when I was, I don't know, I must have been like mid-30s, somewhere around there. One wonderful woman, Jana Chandler, who's no longer with us, called me up and said, you have to come down to Wyoming. We're doing a UFO workshop with this woman that was abducted, and they follow her around, and you'll have an experience, and you have to come. I was in the middle of doing my healing concerts and stuff, and I said, Jana, this is nuts. I can't do that. 2 days later, I'm on a plane with my partner that was helping me with the concerts, and we were in Wyoming. And we went through everything. We went through chanting, and when you chant, you can see the UFOs up in the sky with their lights. And we went into the caves where you saw the hieroglyphics, and they were still sending lights. And I thought, this is so boring. I don't want to be seeing lights going all over the place. Mm-hmm. I came from Manhattan, right? I want to have an encounter. I want to connect with this intelligence. So all of a sudden I got really tired, and I said, Richard, I have to go back to my hotel room. So I went back, clunked out, and all of a sudden in my third eye, I saw, those eggheads with the big eyes? Mm-hmm. I saw that in my third eye, and I went, oh, something's happening. So before I knew it, we were jumping in cars, and we were going up to the top of the mountain, and the woman that was giving the workshop, and I can't remember her name now, who had been abducted, was leading this, and it was like encounters of the whatever kind it was, the fourth kind or something. It was like unbelievable. The whole place was like lights going off and going down into a ravine, and I knew that we had to go down in there and meditate. And so everybody that was with us, I said, come with me, and we go down. And of course she's terrified because she got abducted at one point, screaming, you've got to come back, and I'm going, no, we have to go into this. And we did, and I had everybody hold me. I was in the center, and we chanted Aum, A-U-M, not Om, Aum. And all of a sudden, I'll never forget it, there was like this bowl that came on, like in Egypt, they have that gold bowl, and then they have that beautiful orb of like that blue, that Egyptian blue, that was on the top of my head, and I felt like everything was opening up to the universe in terms of they were here to help us, but also move the energy into the universe. And that's what people kind of say when they go through the tunnel of light when they're dying and they've come back. It's like everything expands and there's this unconditional love. And I felt it going down the cerebral spinal column. And I told everybody, stay here, keep chanting, even though the poor woman was going nuts on the top, thinking we were going to go. And till it's over, until the transmission was over. And it was over, and then we just, went back up again. And when we left at 5:30 in the morning, coming out of the canyon, in the car with Richard, you could see that they followed us out, all the way out until we were gone. And so for me, that was like normal, because I can understand that there's other energies in the galaxies. And the good news is that these people, these beings, these intelligences are really here to help us. Mm-hmm. And there's the grays that aren't, but if you understand that there's God, there's the universe, and it's all together in this oneness, the multiverse, then we can now tap into that at a higher level of consciousness that goes, that's spirituality, and it has nothing to do with religion. So that was my experience. Now, Julian, I'll tell you about his, and then you can elaborate a little bit more about yours. Is that okay?
Sure.
Kimberly's from Mississippi?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's a little more low key.
Well, yeah. Well, I've never. This is an exclusive. I've never told this story, online before. It's always kind of been like a hushed, whispered story of how my laser was actually, born and came into being. So
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me to kind of pull that out. But
Okay, Julian. This is Brazil. Brazil?
Yes.
Okay,
Brazil.
all right.
Okay.
Mississippi, Brazil, Brooklyn.
Yeah. We got a United Nations.
This
here.
is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Right.
This is it. But I was asked to speak at the disclosure group here in New York, and I was asked by the president to speak, and I had nothing to say, really. I told him I have nothing to say. He goes, yes, you do, because we kept on exchanging all kinds of different information because we were part of an organization, a Salus group, in the United Nations. So I was going to the United Nations before COVID every twice a month. And so he asked me, I said, I have nothing to say. And then all of a sudden that night I came home, I started writing. I came up with so much stuff of my experiences. And I even wrote a book. It's called A Funny Thing Happened to Me When I Was Born. And it's about UFOs, abductions, psychic healing, numerology, Tesla, multiverses, paranormal, all that and more. So what comes to mind, and you're talking about a experience that is third, fourth that of encounter is it was Mount Shasta. It was 8/8/88. I went with a Brazilian group, and if you know Brazilian people, they love to talk, and they're talking at the same time, and there's like 20 people, and they're all having conversations with each other, and it's too maddening. So I just screamed out, does anyone want to come up to the mountain with me? And one woman said, I will. So for last moment, I put a tent in my Honda Civic, and I go up to Mount Shasta, and I pitch a tent. And I'm pitching a tent, and it's a beautiful, glorious day and evening, and all of a sudden it rained. So of course we went back to the hotel and we slept there, and then in the daytime we came back, and the sun was was shining so bright that all the water was taken off the ground, but the sky was electric. It was so electric, and you can walk and you can feel the frequency of the air in Mount Shasta, which is known for its frequencies
Yeah.
and its activity, especially that of the White Brotherhood and Saint Germain. So night was falling, and she went to sleep right away, and I'm just feeling this energy and breathing it in and doing everything I can to take it. And as I'm looking into the skies, and the sky starts turning like beautiful, beautiful colors of stars, I realized about a quarter mile or so over the trees, there's two stars, and I'm noticing them, and all of a sudden they crisscross. And I go, huh, that's interesting. And I really start focusing on them. And in my mind I go, okay, if I think I know who you are and you know who I am, you're going to do that again. Like that. And I went, all right, okay. If the same thing, you're going to do that, and then you're going to separate. And they did that. And they separated. I went, wow. And I was so imbued in this experience. And the next thing, I'm on the ship. And it's like these, they didn't have such a big head because they couldn't fit in the craft. But the craft was all little lights. Little lights were blinking everywhere. And there was one window, and I saw the tent. I saw the tent from the spacecraft. And I'm looking at them and I'm so excited, and they have the eyes and the little nose and the little mouth, and they have their heads, and there's no hair, and they're like in a silver outfit, and I go, wow, where you guys from? What's where are we going? And because I felt so comfortable and so much in love, so much in love. And all of a sudden, telepathically, because they're always working on a telepathic level, high level of communication, they said to me, welcome and thank you for coming, but we need to bring you back. And I said, no, why? Why do you need to bring me back? And they said,
You're too big.
to me, even though I'm 6'4" and I towered over these guys,
Right.
yes I did.
You have to feed this thing.
But the thing is that, and there were two of them, and they said, your heart is beating out of your body, and we don't want to hurt you. I go, no, I'm okay. They said, no, but thank you very much, and continue to do what you're doing with love. And the next thing, I'm back, and I'm looking at the star. And the next thing is, again, they do crisscrosses, they do lines, they do a crisscross, and all of a sudden,
Boom, gone.
And that was my Mount Shasta experience.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Well,
Nothing boring here.
Well, I already shared in the class how they kind of cleared the neutral and the beneficial, and I was able to tune in and start kind of researching for this tool. But another interesting story, afterwards they did dowse and find out you know what star system was sending the broadcast, and it was Arcturians. Which I found fascinating. At that time, I wasn't really familiar with all of the different star systems, so I've learned a lot more since then. But we were separated out into groups for us to practice doing these clearings on our fellow classmates. And because I had already been done, I worked on this other woman in the class, and she had like 13 different detrimental interference patterns in her system, but some of them were like interworking with each other. So there was one on the roof of the mouth, one at the back of her neck, and then one at the lower down in her throat, and they were kind of working together. And she said, what always gets me in trouble is my mouth. But we were able to clear them, and this neck pain that she had had for a long period of time suddenly went away. And so one by one we got rid of all of these 13 different detrimental interference patterns in her system, and a lot of hers were in her body. They weren't broadcast. So suddenly, because we had extra time, I used the pendulum, and I was like, well, let's just figure out what age that these came in. And that wasn't even in the protocol. It just popped in for me to do it. And I was like at least 5, 10, and then figured out it was age 26, and she almost fell out of the chair. She was like, that's when I called a UFO reporting site, because we saw this. It was like the size of a football field, this huge thing with running lights on the side.
Yeah.
3 nights in a row. And so she called these UFO people, and they said, we know, we've been tracking this since Mexico. And she was in Portland, Oregon, and she continued to monitor this thing moving off into Canada. And so that was also kind of mind-blowing, for me to be able to clear these things where she had pain, then the pain was gone, and then it was the year when she had actually seen a UFO. She didn't go on the ship. And so that's where, these implants, she didn't go onto the ship, but just by seeing it, or even telepathically, somehow they were, brought into her system. So I found that to be pretty fascinating as well.
And you know what I've been told is that if you don't want to go onto the ship, they won't take you. And I made that very clear.
Well, yes
Because
and no.
you-
Yes and no, because what's important is for you to understand and know the power of love and the power of light.
No, but I'm just saying, here I am, I'm having this great experience.
Yes.
I don't want to go onto the ship.
No.
I've made that very clear. Before I got even to Wyoming, I am not going onto the ship because I saw it happen to this woman. Her eyesight was off. She had to wear dark glasses. Her intestinal tract was off because the frequency, exactly what you're saying, can hit you and your body, we can't take it. That's part of what's going on in the 5th and 7th dimension right now, is that's why I'm getting tinnitus and vertigo, because the frequencies are so strong. So I've been doing a lot of scalar light wave meditations in the vortex of the scalar waves. Is so strong that the body just can't respond to it. So that's what I'm talking about. If you want to go on, be my guest. But you do you and I'll do me. I'm not going.
But
okay?
one thing to add to that is the fact that you have so much light within yourself, as well as around you, as well as Kimberly works with light, and I work with light intelligence with Nikola Tesla. And on YouTube, I have the Julian Tesla meditation of 11 minutes that Tesla gave me in 1991. But it's very important to discern. It's very important to, as you said, if you don't care to go, if you're feeling something from whatever energy it is, you have the right to say, thank you very much, but not at this time. And also with prayer, as well as just shower light over yourself, and don't be so yeah, let's go. No. Because this is a time of really being discerning and being mindful in not only in any kind of contact, but with anything that you're putting into your body, anything that is being given to you, anything that is being said to you, because you're being asked to connect with the vibration of love. And love, L-O-V-E, comes out to an 18-9. So the frequency, the soul frequency of love is a 9, and we are in 2025, which is a 9. So we're here to really embrace love, unconditional love, and love each and every one that is around you, that you're thinking of, also that you're texting to. Just send them that love, because you never know what's going to happen next. Because also 2025 is all about unpredictability.
Very much
when you're
so,
in a
right?
9, you're in an unpredictable state. That's why it's important in prayer and meditation to keep yourself aligned in that state of mind, body, and spirit, equipoise.
Right. Now, do you know what's the hardest one? Because that's what I've been noticing from 1 o'clock till 6 or whenever, when I'm meditating. It's feeling the love, feeling that unconditional love for yourself. So it's really getting into the matrix of your physiology, into your blood, into your bones, into your chakras, where you can actually feel like all the love that you're receiving out, giving out, that you're actually receiving in. And when you get that core of the unconditional love, then it's much easier to put it out from a core level. And if you notice, because I made it very clear in my agreement with UFOs that I was not going into the ship, they came to us. Did you notice that? They came with all their stuff. This is all right. We were chanting. They came, and it was beautiful. So to wrap this up in terms of, Kimberly, what do you want to say?
Well, it's just continuing on with the heart and love. I call the heart the quantum core processor, because it's here at our core, and it's processing quantum information. There's 40,000 neurites there in your heart, so it's almost like a brain in and of itself. So being able
But
to...
it is, right?
Exactly.
It is.
It is a brain.
Yeah.
So being able to use this coherent light, and green is often associated with the heart as well. So being able to help bring that coherent light into the heart and bring more coherence to that love and spreading that out, I think is really important and a great tool for humanity.
Now, how can people get this laser?
So to buy the laser, the website is buygreenlaser.com, BUYGREENLASER.com, BUYGREENLASER.com. And I also have another website called Biofield Lab if you want to learn more about just the energy field, the unified field, And some of the research that I've been doing with that, it's BIOFIELDLAB.com. BIOFIELDLAB.com.
And we're going to have this at the end of this podcast, so just in case you're like, we got you covered. So Julian, because Julian does readings, clearings,
Yes.
all sorts of things.
Yes, for 45 years now. And one of the things also, use your tools. Use your tools. Ask higher self, higher mind. Ask God. Ask whomever you believe in, Mother Earth, Gaia. Ask, okay, what is it that I deserve to understand and know at this time? Oh, take your laser and with the food, bless it. Gratitude. Gratitude is so important right now. That love vibration, because it neutralizes any and all negativity. Any and all negativity. YouTube, Julian Tesla meditation, 11 minutes, please. Create the electromagnetic energy field within and around you, as well as that state of equipoise. Julian Psychic Healing Meditation. Julian Psychic Healing Meditation. When I busted my leg and they told me that I'll be walking okay in 6 months or 3 months with a cane. And I was with a cane in a week, and I was perfect in 3 weeks because of the download of this particular meditation of 12 minutes that changes your DNA. And we have the ability to do that, as well as on Instagram, Soul Magic, SOLMAGIK. On Facebook, Julian Michael, MICHAEL, JULIAN. On LinkedIn, Julian Michael. On X or Twitter, Julian Michael 11. TikTok, I love TikTok. Julian Michael 89. And I'm here 24/7. Please connect with me. And I also have a telephone number.
All right.
323-384-1333. And it comes out to a 33.6.
Wow.
Which is that of the
course.
teacher of teachers. Yes. So you are a blessing, you are a miracle. Use your tools, discern, and allow yourself to elevate, to go through all the universes and be in a conversation with all that there is, God consciousness. You deserve it. And also, they deserve you.
For sure. So these are two magical, extraordinary people that I wanted to introduce you to. And you know, my work, I'm moving from what else is possible. There's never an ending unless you make it so. And even if you're feeling down, there's like you breathe into it and you go, okay, right now I'm just feeling down. All right. That doesn't mean I am down. It means that I need to level up and start moving into some positive energy, and then start looking at what else can I create in my life that I have that passion and purpose to do. And that's why I came here. So why did I come here? I came here to bring an evolution to my own being, have two fabulous children, heal a lot of people, and to keep on proving that the best is yet to come. And I love it. So my point is, it's AlitaSt.James.com, and I have a wonderful YouTube station with a lot of free meditations. And, you know, you can always get me in my office. We have it on the internet, or the whatever it is, the thing that you get into, the bio, and you'll get it that way. And stay tuned for some more interesting, wonderful conversations. These two wonderful people, I'm definitely going to bring them back. And for what else is possible, greater than what you even imagined. My love and blessings to you. And now let's all say this together. I am the light.
I am the light.
The light is within me.
The light is within me.
The light moves through me.
The light moves through me.
The light surrounds me.
The light surrounds me.
The light protects me.
The light protects me.
I am the light.
I am the light.
We are the light.
We are the light.
The light is within us.
The light is within us.
The light moves throughout us.
The light moves throughout us.
The light surrounds us.
The light surrounds us.
The light protects us.
The light protects us.
We are the light.
We are the light.
Thank you, Connie Newton. That was my mentor, and that's what she channeled.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Blessings.